everybody. We're live.
Hey, it's Jess the Ska Kid! And it's Thursday night, which means that we're at Palace de Chilarino in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And tonight with us this evening from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we have the Night Howls. Oh! Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having us.
It became like the Tempest fucking outside. That's a Shakespeare reference, motherfuckers.
Wow.
Uh-huh. So we'll start with introductions, your name, and what you do in the band.
Nope, I'm Rick, I play bass.
I'm Nick. I play drums.
I'm Mike. I sing and play guitar.
And you guys are the Night Howls.
Yep, that's right.
How did you get your name?
Interesting. Oh, you want the origin story?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
You do it, Nick.
I know.
I don't know if
Okay,
I need to
so,
roll dice to get the origin story.
There was a thing called All Messed Up, but it still is. But we signed up for All Messed Up 3. I ended up in a band called, well, they don't name the bands. If you're not familiar, All Messed Up is a thing where 64 people sign up for a thing, and they're randomly distributed into bands of 16 bands of 4. So you don't know who you're going to end up with, and you don't know who plays what instrument. So you could have 4 drummers, you never know.
Yep.
And you just got to figure it out.
And you got to figure it out.
You got 2 months to come up with a 20-minute set. There has to be one cover, and then there's like usually some other ancillary thing you have to do. Like 1 year it was a craft project. 1 year you had to add the words, "You got to be fucking kidding me" somewhere in your set.
Yeah.
One of them was like 15 seconds acapella. Anyway.
Wow.
This year's is in February. It's always in February.
Yeah.
We're still doing it. I think it's the 9th annual.
Yeah, it's the
coming
9th
up.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
So anyway,
I like this.
the first guitar player was from West Bend. We practiced in River West, which is in Milwaukee. That's like it's pretty far, and he didn't have a car, so we never met him. The second guitar
A lot of
player,
people drop out.
I think his name is Joel.
It's Joel,
He could only play bar chords,
Oh.
Which is fine.
which is fine. We like wrote some stoner metal song, and the bass player, she's pretty decent. She had a good ear. Anyway, like, and there was me. So after about a month, we had only practiced 3 times. We had 1 song, and we got Mike as a random replacement.
Well, they have alternates. So many people drop out. They always have a list of alternates. And I was
Yeah.
on the alternate list.
So, yeah, at the end of that week, after he showed up, like, for about 20 minutes and played a song he had written called The Night Howls, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
You had to name yourself by January 1st to get on the poster,
Wow.
Well,
or they name you for you,
They said they were called the Night Howls, so I says, okay, I'll write a song.
which was Joel's
So
idea.
I think I can write a song called the Night Howls.
So he came with that. By the end of that week, Joel and Melanie had both quit the band. It was just me and Mike. We had to start over. We had 2 weeks to the show.
Oh, wow.
But we had enough back material between the 2 of us that we were able to put together a 20-minute set.
Cool. So then how did you get a replacement bassist?
We didn't.
We were a two-person for a while.
Oh,
Yeah, for like
wow.
2 years.
During that time, we actually wrote a lot. In
Yeah.
the basement, just recording, but also playing. But not a lot of playing. But so we were a twofer.
You did a couple of them, Mike's.
Some open mics and just a few shows. I had my guitar amp and a bass amp just to kind of fill out the sound of it. But definitely wanted a bass player. So
So how do you come to have Rick in the band?
That's an interesting story in and of itself.
Well, we met the Sketchballs playing at a show. Oh yeah, that was we also
Was it
yeah,
Frank's?
Frank's Power Plant.
Frank's
That's
Power
actually
Plant,
when we
where-
met Mark, who's behind
Who's
the
in the
camera.
background
Yeah.
there,
that was a fun show.
Yeah,
There's nobody there. It was a Sunday night.
Just the bands. Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
just
there
the
was,
bands, pretty
but
much.
boy, it was fun. We just
it was fun. And then we just kept going with the Sketchballs. Like we played a bunch of gigs together, and he ended up filling in for us a couple times, and then he just kept filling in more. And he became our common law bass player, but
Yeah.
now he's
Common-law!
he's pretty much our
Yeah.
bass player now.
So how long have you guys been in existence?
6 years as of last week, actually. Well, 6 years as of last week was the All Messed Up show.
Wow. My goodness. So All Messed Up is, like, who runs that? Where is that? And how can people find information about it?
On Facebook mostly. Like
Okay.
if you look up All Messed Up MKE, I think it is,
Yeah.
possibly.
With Anthony, it was Anthony Dean Schrader, is that his last name?
Yeah,
he
he
ran
used
it
to, but I can't remember
for
who does it now.
the first several years, at least the first 6 years.
I think 4 or 5. Yeah.
Maybe 5.
And where is this held? Like, where is the show?
Usually Lindeman's in River West.
So how do you, as a musician, participate in this event? Like, how did you hear about it to get signed up?
Somebody told me about it. Sign up is usually November. Is it November 1st?
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts November 1st, and then December 1st is when the drawing happens.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Facebook. Yeah. It's
Like the drawing's in person, but the sign up is on Facebook.
So y'all have to come to like a union hall meeting and sit there and listen to who you're going to be assigned to?
Basically,
yeah. You come.
And it's like potluck. And
that's cool.
You pick all the names in a hat, and you pick 4 names, and then those 4 are a group, and the next 4 are a group, and the next 4 are a group, and.
So for people who might want to go to that event, is there a cover charge? Do bands get paid to do that? Is it like a charity event?
No. The bands don't get paid.
No.
But it's so
we get free hams.
Wait, beer or
beer,
like
not
pork
beer.
products?
No, I can go for a nice big ham.
Right.
Easter's coming up, and they get free drinks.
Okay.
It's just for the experience, and there's a cover. I think it was like a $7, $8, $10 cover.
It depends. It varies.
Obviously, the bands get in free both nights. It's two nights. There's like 8 bands per night.
So then this cover charge goes to what?
Actually, just
maybe organization.
The venue and the organizing of the whole thing.
What?
So the bands don't get paid. No.
What?
I'm actually not even sure. I don't remember there being a cover.
Oh, there's a cover. It was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like $8 per night, something like that.
Yeah. All right.
And you guys don't get paid?
Well.
Some of the people that participate, it's the only time they're ever in a band.
Yeah, because
Wow.
there's no experience necessary, so you just make it work. I mean, somebody might. Well,
So if, like, you're a flute player, you show up and you're like, haha, motherfuckers, guess what?
Yeah, that you can do that too.
Wow.
I've seen it done.
That's cool.
And DJs, some people they'll have
there's
electronic
people
music,
that run loops and
stuff like that. Anything.
because some bands end up without a drummer, they have to figure it out.
That's true.
So it's a real mixed bag. So you hear some really
the
good shit.
wild, varying experience is kind of what makes it fun.
So if you want to expand your chops and really test your musical ability, this would be an event for you.
Exactly.
That sounds really kind of neat.
Yeah, Nick and I both did it another year too.
Yeah, the 4th year.
Yep.
He ended up in like a shoegaze band. I ended up in like a synth punk thing.
I know what a shoegaze band is now.
I didn't know. I didn't know what shoegaze was at the time. They had to explain it to me. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I didn't know what shoegaze was
So-
until we had somebody here, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Where's shoegaze?" And I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And they're like, "I'm looking at your shoes because we got pedals." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
And I thought
and it's also kind of broody.
I thought we were gonna be country at first, so it's not my thing. But again, try to be prepared. I wrote a country song, and then show up, and then it morphed into a shoegaze band. So that's the way it works.
So who does the writing for this group now? Is it a collaborative effort, or is there one person who takes lead and then says, "Okay, you guys play this"?
It's mostly Mike, but I have my ideas too. If I have a song, it's usually pretty full, and then I bring it in. And Mike's stuff, he'll have fuller stuff, or sometimes we'll just jam, and we'll come up with it together.
Yeah, that's happening more and more. It's just like jamming. And,
we have a bunch of jams recorded on either the phone or in the board.
We started doing that more and more, just like recording jams and just like looking at the riffs.
Yeah, like the song Hot Pursuit was a jam.
But yeah, I think in the beginning it was mostly just writing songs.
Yeah, we had a bunch of ideas already.
And then, we
that was
collaborated
most of the first album.
How many albums do you have?
Right now we got 2 full lengths and an EP.
Okay.
The second album, Ferocious, just came out in October.
Yes, we played Give Blood.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
We much appreciate that.
I know when it started, we were like, yeah, give blood, and then like that's all we heard, and then we're like talking to each other, and we're like, this is like, donate blood, and then you were like, you get a cookie, and we're like, holy shit, this is what that song's about.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that idea?
The "You'll Get a Cookie" part was like my lyrical contribution.
That
was all.
That was
he had the
line.
rest of the lyrics.
I think I had some other lines.
we need to work that in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's like you should work in a cookie. I'm like, yes.
Gotcha.
So, but what's funny about that is at the time I wrote that song, I had never given blood.
Oh.
So, and now I have. But I'm like, because it wasn't originally going to be about giving blood per se. It was about
A ferocious beast eating
no,
the fuck out of you.
it was really about the word blood.
Okay.
And the idea kind of came from back in the 90s. There was a period of time where Christian metal was really big.
Yeah, we know.
Really big.
We
and,
suffered through skill.
and I got into some Christian metal, and I realized it's like they're saying a lot of the same words, but the meaning is completely different. I heard a lot of like blood, except for it's the blood of Christ, and in battle and war and just like, you know, the Bible's a very
biblical.
The Bible's a very so my thought was blood is just like such a metal word, and then it just turned into give blood, that makes sense. And then I was like, well, if I'm writing basically a PSA about giving blood, I have to start giving blood, so I did.
Ah.
So
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, like if people watching haven't gathered, we have like a very tongue-in-cheek lyrical quality to a lot of our stuff.
In fact, it says how do you have
Tongue
it phrased?
firmly in cheek.
Firmly planted in cheek. Yes, I was like, that is very nice. I like it. You all have nice pithy banter going on in your songs, which makes you entertaining. And I do really like your music. Like, I feel that it's a developed sound that could fit well pretty much anywhere. Like, even if someone wasn't per se like, I like something heavy, you're not offensively heavy. It's not like, I don't know, Cannibal Corpse, which really takes some fine listening to, you know.
Yeah, we don't tune down lower than the devil's asshole and like
yeah.
I've never heard that.
you know, shit like that.
How did you come up with the idea that all of you should sing? Because
Just kind of fell into it.
I was gonna say drummers. We've had one other band that has had a drummer singer, right?
It's great.
One other one. Stay up all night and fight. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I loved when I learned that Nick wanted to sing because you know, it's just like I'm definitely a guitar player first. It's like I sing out of necessity, but
like in my high school band, I was the default singer because the other guys didn't want to do it.
Oh.
So
Here, you do everything.
yeah,
We'll just be here.
And because I was in high school, I was equally bad at both.
Yeah.
I had to learn to do both at the same time, and I didn't know how to do either.
So, you're awfully silent over there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We're gonna make you talk now, though.
Uh-oh.
Fair warning.
Okay.
But this is for those who have watched and pay attention. Rick is in the Sketchballs, and he plays guitar and sings in that group, and plays bass and does backup vocals here. It is significantly different. So, talk about how does this meet? You know, does this meet your fulfillment as far as a musician goes? Because it is such a different range.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Sketchballs stuff, it's a stretch for me because I'd never been a vocalist before the Sketchballs. I've done background vocals, but I've never done lead vocals before then. You can watch the Sketchballs December 27th episode, right? But if you want to hear my attempt at being a lead vocalist. But I'd actually played bass. I have classical training in upright bass. I played in an orchestra just in middle school for a while. And I've always had sort of leanings toward playing bass. I want to be able to express myself that way. And I like music that's very intuitive and very kind of feel-based, like the Sketchball stuff is. You know, it's really not very structured, it's not theory-oriented in any way. But I also have a fair background in some theory and structured things. Like we're all big Rush fans, you know, and Mike actually has bobbleheads of Rush in our practice space. But and I love them. But and so there's that aspect too. Like I like to have this stuff that's a little more. It's a word I'm looking for. Structured and chops oriented, I guess.
Chops.
This gives
Chops.
me this gives me an outlet for that, where it's not too time consuming because I also have another life outside of the music that I do, unfortunately. And it's nice because I'm not put center stage where I'm responsible for all of the guitar riffs or anything like that, and having to keep the melody up, but I can still get into that chops focused stuff with a lot of the bass.
I was going to say, you seem far more relaxed here in this group than you did in the Sketchballs.
Do I?
You do.
Oh my gosh.
Why? I mean,
There's less pressure. I'm not front and center.
Yeah, you're not the spokesman.
Yeah.
I can fuck up and no one will know.
That's right.
So how, is your contribution to this band as opposed to the Sketchballs, where you kind of are the focus? Like, where, do you fit in this group as far as writing and contributing?
Well, I haven't written yet.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
We
that
have,
yet.
I've been.
We've been doing a
open
lot
to
of
that.
shows.
It just
Jess the
hasn't-
Ska Kid likes to challenge people.
Yeah,
Beep, beep.
yeah,
I
yeah,
challenge you,
yeah.
Rick.
Yeah, no,
You
we're
challenged me
definitely
with
open to
songwriting
it.
duel.
I do.
All right.
There you go. This is like all
Yeah.
messed up.
Like he's free to contribute. We just had to get him up to speed because we have a lot of material that we had to get through.
How long have you been in this group?
It's off and on since the summer of 2017.
Yeah, about a year
We
now.
played. Yeah, there's a YouTube video of one of my favorite moments ever in my life on stage when we did "Raining Blood" by Slayer the first time in Milwaukee, and
Zach Johanssky,
that was that's the first time
Yeah.
we played together, or I played with you guys. I
Right,
should say.
right, and I think that was my favorite time that we played that song.
Yeah.
Actually. It just for some reason that night it just worked.
It just worked very well, and that's probably because I had the tab at that point, and then we lost the tab. But no, it's on and off since that time, and it's only been the last not even quite a year that I've been sort of regularly
Yeah,
here-ish.
I will say that was a contribution though, because we jammed on.
Yeah, we were.
We jammed
That
on
was-
Rain
that
We
Bells
were
was
like
thinking
that.
it was too
You're right.
soon.
And
We're like,
then
let's just-
Yeah.
and I didn't think we were actually going to play it live. And then Rick's like, we must play it live. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to work on
Let's
this.
do
And
this.
now
So that was a nice kind of.
it ends up in a lot of our sets.
Yeah.
We ended up having
It's pretty
we
regular.
ended up doing it for an encore
Well, 'cause
twice now.
When the
People
audience
ask for
yells "Slayer," we can
Yeah,
deliver.
Unfortunately,
It's
if
crazy.
they hear that we've done Slayer, somebody's going to yell Slayer.
Yep.
Yep.
That's just the way it works.
So, at all of their upcoming shows, all of you should chant it at once, and then add a
You'll make us
howl
do
at
Raining
the
Blood.
end. That's your you're a Slayer cover band now.
Oh, God.
Hell no.
No. But that kind of being said, how often do you all play out?
We try to do once a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it varies. Because we've stopped to write for periods, and then
Mhm.
and then we'll start playing again. And yeah, it's not maybe probably average once a month when we're playing out. There's been periods where it's been more than that, but that's probably kind of average.
Do you guys? How often do you practice?
Once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty consistent. There's rarely a week that we don't practice.
Yeah,
Just
together
once a week.
anyway.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I know that one's over there practicing all the time. So you said so last time. I remember things. I remember
All right.
things.
Very good.
Um,
Good memory.
Thank you. I tried. But with that, like, where are you right now? As far as, are you writing? Are you playing?
Mostly playing.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we just got this album out in October,
Right.
and that was a long process. Like some of the bass tracks that we did for that, we recorded in 2014.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Like,
so yeah,
it's been a while.
like I said, I would definitely like to record all the bass on our albums. I played, but for this next one, I would
Yeah.
definitely be open to Rick playing.
So who did
So-
this last one? Who recorded you? And is
Oh,
it the same
we
person
just-
who like mixed mastered you? Do you
We-
guys do it yourself?
Yeah, we did it
We
ourselves.
did it all ourselves, just in
Oh.
my basement. That's just my own setup. So
Yeah? So the song we played, you did?
yeah, that's
Yep.
just in my basement.
Well, kudos to you because we were fucking blown
Oh,
away at the mix.
Thank you. Wow.
We
okay.
said that it was super well
that
done.
one was really hard to mix. Because
It really was.
really hard to mix.
Well, you did a really good job. So because you have 2 albums, here's my big question. Do you know what it's gonna be? Do you remember what I asked?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, Rick,
I've
I'm
lost it.
gonna
sorry.
slap your hat off your
It's
head.
been a long couple of months, Jess. Thank
Dude,
you.
it's been like a month and 2 weeks, brah. Come
That's a
on.
month.
Do you use a distributor, i.e., CD Baby,
it's all coming back
Distro
now.
Kids?
Just
coming back.
yeah, we actually for the new one we just got onto DistroKid.
Why?
Because we
didn't
had booked this.
know
We
how-
had booked this, and I heard you were gonna yell at us. That's
Oh.
why.
Don't do that. Do you want me to die of a heart attack, young?
No. We
No,
did
it's
that
not
because
news,
we
but,
didn't
uh,
know any other way to get onto streaming services. Because we didn't know how to navigate any of that.
You know, you can do it yourself. You guys don't Google that first? How to post my music to things? Google is an amazing tool. I am such an advocate for do-it-yourself and not using a distributor for a lot of reasons now. A, because it's becoming a bane of our existence. Even when bands send stuff and we play it on Friday, we get flagged. And our shit is getting muted and our videos are getting taken down. Because you don't own the rights to that music anymore. And even if you send it to me and I play it saying that you, from the Night Howls, gave me music to play, DistroKid says, fuck you, bitch. We
Really?
own the publishing rights.
Oh wow.
That's how that works now.
Okay.
So, it's a contract. It's like paying somebody to do your job for you. And it's only just become such a big thing lately. Like, every single fucking video we've done lately. Blanco Nino was here last week, and they brought their album, and we played it, and that got muted and taken down. Like, we were able to edit and then put links so that people can hear that stuff. But we had another band who had come from Ohio who played their stuff, and that live performance got flagged because they played it exactly as how it was recorded. So, A, wonderful musicianship, but B, it is such a big thing now. Like, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes all allow individuals to publish their own music. And there are certain distribution companies that will assist with it, but allow you to keep your publishing rights, which allows you to then share that as you, and people can use it. Now we're trying to combat this with, the Fair Privacy Act of 1972, where you can play music as long as it's for like information and education and promotion. But we're still battling people. So I encourage you, if you're mix mastering and doing that yourself, ask for help as to how to get your shit onto the internet. Ta-da! I don't have symbols to like
Today's lesson.
roll.
Because everything you click on in DistroKid says that you still own the rights to your music. and
That
blah, blah, blah.
means
But
if you
I understand that.
if you
there's-
study rights, what that means is that you still have the right to play it because you created that art. But by giving it to them, they're the publisher, so that part of copyright law you don't possess anymore. So copyright law is like broken into several different parts. It's like who created it, who has the right to share it, who produced it, and who can distribute it. And so like as a band, you guys create, so you still have the right to create, you still have the right to play it, you still have the right to yourselves privately send it out, but that distributor, if say a radio station, you gave your CD to a radio station, they have to have licensing rights through DistroKid to play it. Because they're the publisher. If that makes sense. It's a big thing. I've done a lot of fucking studying on this now.
I wasn't aware of
So,
those details.
yes. And only because it's become such a thing. And I'm like, wait a second. Because you guys are losing rights and royalties as well. They play it and they get about 80% or however the contract is written. I know with CD Baby, they keep 80%, you get 20% of whatever that purchase price is. And you won't receive if you send it to, for instance, CD Baby, and they post it as a topic page on YouTube and ads are played, they generate the revenue, you don't. You have to wait till a certain amount of views and subscribers click on it. The more you know! Yay! Upcoming shows, you guys have that? What's in the works?
March 30th at is that Landmark?
It's Landmark with the
With the
Sketchballs.
Sketchballs.
So I've got the
And maybe another band, but
And maybe another band?
TBD.
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 Yep.
Like
That is
we-
not their
They get a lot.
band.
They get a lot of action.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They're on every flyer almost, eh? Who came up with your artwork? The little wolf at the end.
That would be my buddy Matt Stevens. Known him since first grade. He's actually a graphic artist. He used to work for couple companies. He does a lot of freelance stuff now. So check him out. I think he's on Facebook.
Matt Stevens.
Matt Stevens. Or Matt, I think it's under Matthew Stevens, possibly.
He also designed our logo. Our band
Cool.
He designed the logo, he did the cover for the second album.
Yeah, the wolf.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you guys have merchandise?
We
We
do.
do. Oh, more artwork. Our EP cover was designed by Brandy.
Yeah, the drummer from Sketchballs.
Oh, cool. Yes, very neat. Are you finding that it's easy to book and play out? And when you do book, like, who's responsible for that? Or
That's all Mike.
I book shows, and no, I don't enjoy it.
No?
I don't enjoy it at all.
It's a
Well-
It's good.
Tell us why. Why is it so difficult to book?
Well,
Because I ain't got titties. Just kidding.
yeah, I don't know. It's just it's because I know there's certain places where it's hard to get paid. Sometimes that's consideration, but that's a reality.
Mhm.
Certainly in Milwaukee, at least. I don't know about everywhere, but and I don't know. Sometimes it's just it's hard. I find sometimes it's hard to get people don't always get back to me, and you really have to ask around, find specifically who to talk to, and getting the other bands to play with, and the logistics of it, and it does usually doesn't turn out quite like you expect, and I mean I just
That's
usually I'm definitely more of a fan of somebody inviting us onto their bill. I'm like, yes, you take care of that. So, I know technically there could be benefits of being the band that books, but I don't see too many of those
You don't
benefits.
see
Personally,
them?
I'd rather just get on somebody else's bill, to be honest. It's just.
do you guys partner? I mean, you play with the Sketchballs a lot, but do you partner with any other bands and like network that way to find venues and get in and like have a like backlog of people to play with so that shows are easier to set up?
Sometimes, like we have a couple go-tos.
Yeah, there's definitely some
Some
go-to
folk
bands
rock
that
over the
we,
years.
for me it's more than anything, it's just people that I like, I like hanging with these guys, I like playing with these guys, I like their music, and so I want to do a show with them,
Okay.
It's like they might have a good draw, they might not. I mean, that's it's nice if they have a good draw. I mean, obviously, that can be a consideration, but
Are you finding that venues are requiring you to book and have bands that draw?
Not really. Not from our experience, anyway.
I mean, they like
like
every venue
that.
likes.
Depends.
Yeah, it also depends on the venue.
Okay,
Yeah.
name a good venue in Milwaukee to play at.
A good one?
Yes.
I think the Up and Under is good.
Up and Under is good. What was that one we played in December?
Oh,
Bremen Cafe?
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
not Bremen.
here,
Well, Bremen's.
put me on the spot. Sabbatic.
Sabbatic.
I had a
Sabbatic. That
great
was
show
a
at
nice
Sabbatic. I
venue.
really
Yeah, that was one of the better ones.
Yeah,
I
It
think.
was,
That
crowd
was a
was
Slayer.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
So,
good crowd. I mean, it sounds like that was actually the first time I'd even been there. But it sounds like the type of music we do goes over very well there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a good crowd, and we got paid, and they were very professional and nice, and the sound guy was really cool and helpful, and yeah.
Have you guys played anywhere else besides Milwaukee?
A couple Madison shows.
Madison,
last
well,
fall.
a few shows in Madison.
We did one in Green Bay
and
at
a show in Green
Gasoline.
Bay.
Mm.
Which unfortunately is no longer.
Yeah.
No, that's gone.
Yeah, that was a nice
Yeah.
place.
Such a
I
nice
love
place.
Gasoline.
Oh.
R.I.P. One for the homies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in alcohol abuse, so.
Really?
Just kidding. No, what? Yes, no. I ask those questions because I've recently gotten people who from out of town are trying to book in Milwaukee, and like my go-to is Josh from Billy Dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I
Yep.
send them there, and if he can't help them, I go to Juan from Size 5s.
Mhm.
And it would seem that Sabbatic is that, it's like number one, Bremen and Quarters.
Yeah, quarters. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, Quarters books a lot of bands.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they're the quarters is a fun place to play.
Do you guys have like goals as far as what you want to achieve with this group? Do you want to do a tour? And if so, what would that look like? Do you want to play fests? Is that in the works?
Yeah, maybe.
We want to do more festivals. Like we've done,
Festivals
we have
would
done
be
Punk
nice.
Fest a couple of times.
Yeah.
In fact, and Josh is the guy that I know books Punk Fest.
We're the
so-
hosts.
I heard that. That's awesome.
We're coming back this year, and we also get a say as to who is on the bill. So, if you're interested, make sure to submit your, request for consideration. February 15th, that's next Friday, motherfucker. So, you have only a month to submit things. March 15th, it closes. Just so that you know.
Yeah, we didn't make it last year. We weren't. But this year, I was paying attention to when you had to submit.
Yeah.
Good,
So hopefully we can.
Yes, I know that he is very busy with trying to kind of restructure the social media presence, the website, easier communication, doing all that sort of thing. And so, we're kind of going to try to help with marketing, advertising, streamlining that sort of process, because metadata is where it's at, brah. You have to be able to generate that so that you are relevant in feeds. So, more soapboxy stuff I'll put away. I do know that we're at the top of the hour, so in closing, do you have any shout outs, things you'd like to say, questions, comments, concerns, or pondering? You all look scared. What happened?
Scared.
Scared. Come on. We're wolves, man.
Hey, Night Howls. We'd love
Where
to-
can people find you? Do that.
Facebook, is it Night Howls WI?
Yes.
Yeah, we're on Facebook,
Yeah.
and Reverb Nation,
Yeah,
and
but-
Bandcamp.
And like Facebook went crazy. Like today, we not only crossed 100 likes, but 150.
Do you know how you did that?
That's probably because of you guys.
So, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You go to the invite friends and you invite your whole friends list.
Right.
And that's how you do that. And then people say, okay. And then they watch and they're like, this is cool. So now start to check your other platforms to see how that is generated. Like Bandcamp, I'm sure gives you like insights, right? As to how many clicks,
Yeah,
how
yep.
much plays. You guys are on
Mhm.
YouTube as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, YouTube, yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Good. And because you use DistroKid, you're on what platforms there?
All them streaming
Pretty-
services.
Yeah, a bunch of places where they can.
Do you have a website?
Not an actual website.
Not a dedicated website.
No, yeah.
Who maintains your Facebook page? So if anybody watching is like, we'd like these guys to play somewhere.
It's either me or Mike. We both
Yep.
check it
We both
pretty
do.
regularly.
My wife actually offered to help us
Manage?
with a website.
Cool.
With an actually. So we could do
that's
that.
in the works.
Yeah.
WordPress.com. It's free. So that you know. Hey, I'm all about free and cheap. That's how we roll here. So Night Howls, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You can find them on multiple streaming websites as well as Facebook and Reverb Nation and Bandcamp and YouTube.
And we have albums and merch.
And merch.
We'd
Is
like
your
to
merch
play
posted on your Facebook page? How can people buy merch?
just the music, not the other merch. Is not on
Yeah, we.
So how do
we
people
should-
buy merch?
at shows.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Yes.
So if someone listening right
Yeah.
now was like, can I email you asking for a t-shirt and whatever? How do
Sure.
you,
Oh yeah.
why do you not have that posted? Post that shit. Get on that. I'm challenging you, Rick. You need to
Okay.
help.
I do have a PayPal account, so I mean,
Good.
always PayPal.
There's a shop section on Facebook that you can link all of that together so people can view it and then shoot you a quick message and it'll tell you what they want to buy and then you just send them the PayPal link and ta-da. Did you know that? Now you do! This is about branding. I will make you guys more relevant. That's what you want, right? You want people to know where your music is?
Sure.
Good. So, the Night Howls, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You can catch them March 30th. Where will you be?
At Landmark in Milwaukee on the east side.
Okay? Everybody want to say it? Thanks. No one's going to say bye? Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.